Hello gamers, this is D&H and welcome back to a channel update, I guess, is what I'm going to say. You know, I did this about the same time last year when I had my 8 years of having posted on YouTube, or at least 8 years since my first YouTube video. Now it's been like basically 9 years, I guess. It's my first YouTube video. And so I did a channel update. And, you know, it's not that it got a ton of views or whatever, but I really felt like I enjoyed it. I got a lot out of just sitting and talking about what, you know, my plans were. I had just come back from a pretty long hiatus, and I wanted to talk about what my thoughts were for the channel. And so a year later, I kind of want to talk about where I'm at again. And this is probably not going to be a long video, but and the focus of it is really probably going to be mostly on classic gaming with booze. So just to get the other stuff out of the way, my, I guess, I don't know, primary series, if you want to call it that, is the Skyblock Quick Carpet. I'm really enjoying it. You know, if you haven't watched the episodes, I think my my time lapse from the aquarium just went up. Now I have a little bit of a backlog, I will admit to you, on the Skyblock series. So yeah, fair enough. But I mean, I'm really progressing. I'm having lots of fun on that map, building tons of things. So absolutely, you know, keep watching that series, keep enjoying it. Hopefully, hopefully you're finding it as entertaining as I'm finding playing it. I've also talked about wanting to do some other series. I really haven't done that yet. You haven't seen that yet. So not really anything much to talk about. I might probably at some point get to doing that, but it's not out there right now. So there you go. So let's talk about Classic Gaming with Booze. This is a series that I was pretty good on for the first half of the year. And then really since about, mid-August, what was the last one that I put out? I think Colonel's Bequest, right? Which ended about mid-August. You have not seen a Classic Gaming episode since then. So I want to make it clear that absolutely the reason for that is time. Okay. August was, you know, I had some stuff going on in my personal life in August, and so, you know, I wasn't able to record toward the middle or end of that. And then in September, we got a puppy as a family. We got a new dog, a puppy, and it's you know, wonderful to have a dog, a member of the family again. We had one before, but you know, dogs are a lot of work and they take a lot of time, and you know, puppies especially. And so there's, you know, you want to spend time with them, play with them. There's training, there's attention, there's whatever. So I really haven't had the time to devote to it. Now you might say, oh, you know, you've been playing a lot of Minecraft. Those episodes go up, and you were even talking about having a backlog. But the thing about Minecraft is, you know, you can set aside, or you don't need to set aside a lot of time. Like I can jump into Minecraft, play for 5 or 10 minutes, and if I get called away, fine. If it ends up being an hour, great. Even if I'm going to record an episode, I only need to set aside 15 to 30 minutes. But, you know, for classic gaming, it's like, oh, you know, a lot of those were taking an hour, sometimes longer, like an hour and a half. I was cutting some stuff. And then I was, you know, it was with booze, right? So I was drinking during that. So I wouldn't want to record those necessarily at like 10 in the morning. Not that it matters, I guess, but, you know, it's just a little bit more limiting as to when I can or have time to record those. And so, really those I just haven't had the opportunity or time or whatever to do that. Okay. And that's really the main reason why you haven't seen those. That said, I will tell you that I am torn. I am more conflicted about that series than probably any other series I have ever done on my channel. So I do want to talk really briefly about that. So what's the good and the bad of that series? So the things that I love about that series are, first, just playing those games. I mean, I've really enjoyed those games. I've really enjoyed reliving my younger days and enjoying them. It's been great. And then I like the hook, right? The with booze thing, and exploring some whiskeys and some mixed drinks and whatever. It's just been cool. So I've really enjoyed that, and I want to continue that. I really do. But I will admit that on the downside, some of those episodes are kind of boring. I mean, in editing them and posting them, they just didn't turn out. I mean, they're long and I don't think they hold the attention in the same way as something else. And so that's a rough thing for me. And I wasn't expecting them to be 2 or 3 1-hour episodes long that early. But that's been pretty par for the course. And, I don't know, that's a lot of time given what I usually talk about within those things. And so that's really something that I've struggled with. And in the short term, like I said, I mean, really, once I get time back, I'm going to start going back. But I do worry about the future of that series. And I will tell you that even before I recorded my first episode of Classic Gaming, I was realizing how difficult that series is going to be. Like later games, basically they're going to start to have voice acting. They're going to start to have more cutscenes. They're going to start to be much more story driven. And if you watch me, you realize that I'm more into doing things. I kind of skip over the stories and the text boxes and just kind of give you a summary. That's going to be harder and harder in later games. Plus later games are going to have, voice actors and so more potential for copyright claims or that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I always knew that series was going to kind of fizzle at some point, and I'm worried it's fizzling a little bit earlier than I thought it was going to. Now, again, as I'm saying, it's not fizzled yet. I'm going to post more episodes. I will also admit that this break in particular, while time has been an issue, the game that I'm playing now after Colonel's Bequest is Quest for Glory. And unfortunately, that wasn't a good game to happen right now because there's not a really set, distinct walkthrough in that game. And it's been very you have to kind of grind your character up because it's somewhat of an RPG. And so that's really been hard for me to create a good, cohesive episode. I was going to create an episode where I did some stuff, and then I was going to grind off camera my character up, and then film a second, hopefully complete episode. But that first episode was really grindy itself. You couldn't do much of anything without grinding, and so yeah, I don't know. I have an episode of that recorded, but I haven't posted it because I haven't finished that series and I don't want to leave you guys hanging. And even that episode isn't really that great. So I don't know. I need to do something with it and we'll see. In fact, I might even, I hate to commit to it, but I might even put some video of me grinding in the background of this video on Quest for Glory. But I am going to do Quest for Glory and some of those games after that. I imagine in my normal way. But at some point, I might convert to, I don't know, more of a supercut kind of thing where I just, give the really short 15 minutes with the really interesting stuff, or I might just give a kind of a talk, I might play the game and film some footage and then show some in the background while I kind of talk about the game. I don't know. I might try changing it. So I'm pretty close to when I was going to do King's Quest 1, the VGA remake. And there's only 3 or 4 more games until that. And I was just going to do that one normally, like I'm doing all of them, but I might do that as kind of a different thing since I've already played that game in the normal version, just to kind of, explore differences or see what I'm going to do. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to, and I'm not really seeking feedback, although you're welcome to give it, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just warning you that things might change within that game or that episode or not, with just within that series in general. I really like it. I really like playing those classic games, but man, that was just some of that is rough. Some of that is rough. So, yeah. Like I said, this was going to be quick. I wanted to acknowledge that I haven't posted a classic gaming episode in what's now, nearly 3 months. And it's not that I've abandoned that series, although you might think that. it's just 90% of it, 95% of it is time and timing. I will get back to it. I am fully expecting to. Although I can't really tell you when that's going to happen, but that's okay. I mean, we all have priorities in our life, and as I've mentioned any number of times on this thing, the YouTube channel is a hobby for me, and I enjoy it, and I've loved keeping up the Skyblock stuff. So hopefully you're watching that, and I want to get back to the classic stuff, but just kind of is what it is. So yeah, channel update. I don't know if I'll put footage of King's Quest, or I always say, not King's Quest. I always say Hero's Quest, but because that's what I knew it as when I played it, but it's Quest for Glory. But anyway, I might put footage of that. I might just put a gray screen. I don't know. We'll see. But I am going to go for series. But as always, gamers, have a good evening, day, and night. Minecraft, time-lapse, mob traps, world maps, cat naps, rap tracks, perhaps. You'll tune in and watch the hijinks, and if you like, click the up and subscribe links.